So I thought I'd get dressed up, and I'm in Goodhue at the depot, and there's a couple of friendly faces back there. That's the Stearns, Scott and Nancy Stearns. You remember them? They're right up there, the railroad. Yep, we were over there a place for an op for our group, and ran some of their HO trains. So they're cooking hamburgers today, so I have to go and check this out. This is after the fact now, so they're just sitting here resting. You can see the grill's closed, but I mean, they cooked a lot of hamburgers today, so they deserve a break. But these are the railroad chefs of Goodhue County. That's right. Remember them? Yeah, well, our group went over there for the op. Remember railroads? So what do you think? That looks good. So after I eat, I'll tell you a little story about hamburger and how it goes back to the Civil War. Now this is pretty cool. This is a new addition since the last time I took a visit here at the depot. And this is a post office route map from July of 1921. And it lists all the post offices that are in the state of Minnesota back on that date. And it shows the railroad routes. There you go. So Hiawathaland right there. There you go. Gotta give credit where credit is due, right? So that hamburger was awesome, just so you know. And I told you I'd tell you a little story, but here it is. So hamburgers didn't really come into play until the late 1800s, 1900s, when we think about a hamburger with a bun. But going back to the Civil War era, there was a doctor that would grind up hamburger and he would give it to people that were in his hospital for dysentery. And he believed that this ground up hamburger formed like in a patty and cooked would help the dysentery. And do you know what his name was? Dr. Salisbury. I think this is awesome how history ties into everything. So, if you've been watching my video, what did I forget? So I just decided, because I saw Scott and Nancy were going to be cooking burgers, I thought I'd get all dressed up and go out and have dinner. So they didn't know what to expect when I walked up to them, but neither did anybody in the depot. And I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did, because when I was in the depot, a lady came up to me and says, "Oh, I love how you dressed with your hat and everything." And she asked a little bit about what I do, and I told her, and she said, "Do you have a card?" So she's looking for a presentation for her ladies group. So that was a plus. And then I headed out to Zumbrota. Actually, I wanted to do a little photo shoots here and there, you know, and something for my channel to put up on my portfolio, you might say. And I decided to come out here to Zumbrota Bridge. Now, I took a couple of photos here. What was different? Yes, I got out of the truck so fast at the Goodhue Depot, I forgot to change my glasses. Yep, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. All my living history friends are probably laughing their butt off, you know. Well, I can't do nothing but laugh too, you know. That comes along with being 75. Yep. Anyway, I was here taking some photos, and then I was walking through the bridge, and there's a little turnaround here by the bridge, and all of a sudden a car pulls up, and the lady puts her window down, and she says, "Are you the historian here?" And I thought that was pretty cute. You know, I mean, I'm dressed like it, you know. The bridge in Zumbrota was built in 1869, so hey, this works for the period. Yeah. So she says, "Can you tell us about the bridge?" So I told her some history about the bridge, and she says, "Is there any other history here?" I says, "Well, I do the railroad history," and I told her about the railroad coming from Red Wing to Zumbrota, and then I told her that the focus on this bridge for me is like, well, it's real similar to the railroad bridge that the Duluth, Red Wing, and Southern built about a half mile down the road, because they put one over their railroad tracks. So in fact, there were 2 covered bridges in this town, not just one for a time. And they really appreciated the history. And I give cards to everybody. It's the only way to get your name known, right? Anyway, this was lunch today. Hope you guys enjoyed yourself. I'm glad you came with me. And I'll catch you on my next one. God bless you all.